Hey, Cameron Brown here from Leading with Energy, where we help you save yourself from burning out and perform your peak. Today I wanted to take you through a concept that I've been using in my own personal and professional life and that my clients have found really valuable. It's a concept called the 4 levels of thinking. Now, at the first level, it's where you're doing things that, well, they feel good, they are good for you, they are good for others, and they are good for the greater good. Think of this as all the good things in your life you're doing right now that are inside of your comfort zone. That's inside of your comfort zone. Now, at the second level, it's where you're getting outside of your comfort zone. It's where you're doing things that don't feel that good, but they are good for you, they are good for others, and they are good for the greater good. In a professional sense, it could be stepping up to a new leadership role, for example. You know, you're having to learn all these new skills, but it doesn't feel that good. You know, you're outside of your comfort zone a lot of the time. But you know in the long term it is good for you, is good for others, and is good for the greater good. At the third level, it's where you're doing things that feel good for you, but they're not good for you, they're not good for others, and they're not good for the greater good. Think of this in a professional sense. It could be staying in a role that you feel comfortable in, you know that you're good at, but in the long term it's not good for you because it's not allowing you to grow. It's not allowing you to help the other people that you know that you are able to help if you were to step up. So that is level 3. An example in extreme cases, it could be, you know, drinking excessive amounts of alcohol. It could be taking drugs. It could be overeating bad foods. That kind of thing, that kind of flavour. Now at level 4, it is where it doesn't feel good, what you're doing. And it's not good for you, it's not good for others, and it's not good for the greater good. This is where depression lives. It's where alcoholism lives, where drug addictions live. Those kinds of things, you know, where burnout lives. All of that unresourceful things where, you know, maybe it's happened for a long time, where now, you know, to start with it felt good, but you've done that for such a long time that now you've reached burnout, you've reached depression, or you're drinking too much, or you're taking drugs, and now it doesn't feel good anymore. It isn't good for you, still isn't good for you, still isn't good for others, still isn't good for the greater good. So that's the 4 levels. What most people will do is they'll start at level 1, and they will drop down to level 2 because it gets too comfortable. They want some adventure in their lives. So they move and they want to get outside and start to grow. They move to level 2. It becomes so uncomfortable though that they jump to level 3, where it feels good again, but it isn't good for them, it isn't good for others, and it isn't good for the greater good. So they jump to level 3. And what most people will do is they'll just be jumping between 1 and 3, 1 and 3, because they're taking what I would call the easy option. It's feeling good all the time. Now see, what I challenge you in this video is to be moving between level 1 and level 2. It's moving between those two and spending about 80% of your time in level 2. The quality of your life is determined by your willingness to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. What do I mean by that? Inside level 1, where you're inside of your comfort zone, it's where no growth is happening. You know, you already know all the stuff inside of your comfort zone. Whereas at level 2, it's outside of your comfort zone. This is where growth occurs. It's the only place growth can occur. So that's why I'm challenging you to step outside of your comfort zone and grow into what you want to be, both personally and professionally. Reaching toward that vision and doing the things that are going to move you toward that. So moving between those two, 20% of your time in one, 80% of your time in number 2. So I'd love to hear how this has helped. Post a comment below. This is, again, it's a great concept that I've used in my own personal and professional life. My clients have found it really valuable. I'd love to know how it had helped. I'll see you in another video sometime soon, and I look forward to it. Bye for now.